welcome to the Healer Heart Network. It is your host, Bob the Healer. I am back, baby. Okay, we are live on the front row. So excited to get into today's episode. How's everybody feeling? Let's get a little personal. Let's get a little close. Hi, darlings. So, today's episode, we're talking about how to tell the difference between intuition, anxiety, and fear. If you're new here, make sure you are subscribed, okay? If you're loving the vibe, make sure you're subscribed. Join the Healer Heart Network. We are super excited to have you join the family. Now, personally, dealing with anxiety is something that I've helped so many of my clients with. I think mental health is really the last resort of spiritual health. Think a lot of people forget to focus on their spiritual relationship with divine at the last minute. And mostly that looks like having anxious thoughts, ruminating thoughts, not being able to take a break or rest, hyper focused on tasks, or the opposite, where you are fearful. Maybe you feel like you're going to make a mistake, so you don't do anything. You avoid making decisions. All those things can be signs of being in fear or out of alignment with spirit. But today, hi, welcome in. Today on the front row, we're all going to talk about our difference between intuition, anxiety, and fear. And I want you guys to comment below, okay? What is it that you feel like has been a guiding force for you? Yeah, this little bit. Another thing, flies or spies. Be on here in here spying on me, honey. Take some notes. At least take some notes while you're here. Okay, so let's get into the talk show. Now, personally, before we get into the show, let's get into the fit check, darling. This is the segment where we just take a look at the fit, baby. Okay, so today we have a little cute lilac blazer. Okay, little business blazer from Banana Republic. Okay, we've got some cute casual denim jeans from wherever. And we have a cute little top from Skims. Some lilac heels, darling. See it? You can see it. Let me see. Let's get a better angle of the heels, darling. The bottom of them, but you see them. You see them, okay? Um, so yes, we're giving Lux. Oh, and then a little featured hair clip from Emmy J. Okay, you see how it matches? So cute. All right. So that's the fit check. Thanks for watching. Now, for me personally, when it comes to dealing with my own anxiety, I have learned the major difference is where I feel it. is where I know where I need to go. I feel it in my stomach. It's probably fear. Hi, welcome in. If I catch myself holding my stomach, I know that that has everything to do with a self will thing. Okay, that's a solar plexus, right? The solar plexus is right below our navel. And it gives us energy and vitality to believe in our dreams, right? To trust ourselves and to go towards our purpose and our passions. And a lot of times when this is imbalanced, we can suffer from anxious thoughts, anxious bodies, and our bodies start to reject the anxiety through performative gestures. Yes, okay. These performative gestures look like you're dying, honestly. Okay. Your stomach starts acting crazy, heart starts racing, you start to sweat for some. Anxiety looks different for some. And fear can be one or two modes. You can have the feeling in your root chakra, which is located in our lower back, near our spine, and our tailbone. And a lot of the times we can feel back problems, back pain as a sign of fear. Okay. A lot of my clients that come to me that do a chakra healing session and they're like, Bob Hiller, I don't know, I've been struggling with lower back pain or spinal pain or scoliosis or shoulder blade pain. Those things can all be a sign of fear. Like the body is storing fear inside of it. You ever see someone who's like scared to do something and they like cower down like this and they hold it all in their shoulders? Rather, someone who's very confident, darling. They have their posture. Yes, spirituality teaches us to examine the body and you can see through the mind. Yes. That's why I have x-ray vision, darling. So I can scan a client and see, oh, you're struggling with da 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 da. Da. I'm telling you, book a reading. A chakra healing session will totally rebalance and realign you with your most abundant, highest self. It can show you the areas that you can pinpoint to work on and can help you heal faster. So, the root chakra, solar plexus, sometimes sacral, and even the heart chakra, okay, are all affected. These lower chakras can be affected by fear and anxiety. But here's the thing, honey, intuition, those are upper chakra points, okay? Our intuition happens when we are out of survival mode. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you for watching. So when you recognize and examine, instead of panicking or shaming, you see where your information is coming from. Our speech is also a great indicator of if we are anxious or if we are moving out of intuition. I remember when I first started channeling divine messages, I would channel so quickly. The spirit would tell me, girl, slow down. Like, take your time to understand what divine is communicating to you. Like, we don't have to rush everything. We can enjoy life and the lessons that we're learning with ease and abundance. One of the first things I teach my students in my tarot school, which you can click the link and sign up for that, is using symbolic communication as a way to understand the language of the universe. The language of the universe is very simple, and it communicates through symbolic imagery, through numbers, through through colors, and when we learn, and through dreams, okay, through sounds, through vibrations, through dreams, and a multitude of ways, honestly. And when we learn how we best listen to divine, we can turn it up just a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys some examples of ways that divine can communicate with you and ways you can turn up that intuition. I don't know what people one of the first ways is through sound. Yes. As a clairaudient or a clairsentient, I have a lot of the clairs, okay? As a clairaudient, someone who can get messages, divine messages through sound, through hearing, I have very sensitive ears. Like very sensitive. I can hear things from a mile away, okay? I can hear people's thoughts. Not even kidding. It scares people sometimes. I can hear you pick up the phone and call me before you call me. Not kidding. I can hear the energy of the person that's on the phone before I answer the call. So if you're calling me and it's something bad, I can tell. You're calling me and it's something good, I can tell too. So if I didn't answer, it's probably because I knew you was on that mess. But that's one way of clairaudient. You can get messages through music. A lot of artists are clairaudient, rappers and singers. They don't recognize they're channeling divine messages. And that's why I love personally as a healer doing readings for artists and healers like myself because I really can see them. It's oh man, I see them so beyond what other people see. Even other healers like will try to read me. They're like, I can't really read your energy, but I can read them, honey. Hi, baby, welcome in. It's a gift of mine. And it may be a gift of yours. So pay attention. The best way to sharpen your audible intuition is to listen more. Surround sound, baby. Surround yourself in sound and listen for the messages and then write them down. I got my first vision, which is clairvoyant, back in years ago, actually. Okay, let me break it down. There's mediumship, which is like channeling dead relatives, old, like people who passed on. And then there's clairvoyance, where you can visually see things before they happen, like a movie. There's clairaudience, like I said, who's like sound. Clairsentient, where you just sense it, you feel it in your body. And claircognient, which is just a clear knowing of things. Baby, I got all the clairs. I'm not kidding. I got all the clairs. I feel things, I know things intuitively, I sense things. One of my strongest gifts, though, is clairaudience. I inherited it from my grandfather. And then I got my clairvoyance from my grandfather as well, my other grandfather. So it's been passed down on both sides of my family. Now, mediumship, I haven't figured out where that comes from. I don't know if that's just me, like if I'm the only one in my family who has that gift. Thank you, baby. You know, I try to set up for y'all, try to give you guys a good little show, honey. Okay. The vibe is vibing. We got the uniform on. Okay. So those are just different versions of intuition. I want you to start paying attention to how you get your flashes of intuition. Is it visually? Is it audibly? Like you just hear a good idea or you see a good idea? How do you manifest? How do you bring things from here down to here? Because wherever this starts is your intuition. Now, where it gets complicated is when we bring it down here. When we bring it to the root, when we bring it to the solar plexus, and we start to struggle with our self belief, that has consequences to the body, the spirit, when we don't believe in ourselves. It starts to drain our life force because we're using this energy to like give ourselves the courage when we already have the divine idea. It's our humanness that gets in the way. So when we build up our solar plexus, our self belief, and our creativity, we can birth those ideas with ease, honey, with ease. Okay. And that involves the root chakra as well. You know, when you're birthing something into this world, like an idea, you want to be stable and grounded. You want to have, it's like when a mother births a child, darling. They start going through this nesting phase. And it's like, oh, I need to have everything prepared for the arrival of the child. This is the same thing when creating something. That's the same thing when you're birthing an idea. So I want you to start paying attention when it's your anxiety or your fear. Okay. So it starts off in our intuition. We can get a little bit anxiety around it in the solar plexus when it comes down. Okay. When the idea is coming out, it's like, I don't know if I believe in myself enough to do this. And then we get to the birthing, which is the root chakra, and we get a little bit of fear, flight and fight. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to abandon this idea. This is too much. This is too scary. I'm just not going to show up. Or we freeze, we don't do anything. Stay stuck in the bed, we don't attack the goal, we don't bring down the divine idea because of the fear. Okay. And what we learn is as we build our chakra system, okay, we strengthen our solar plexus and our root chakra. We learn that our intuition, our third chakra, is balanced enough, okay, because it's the upper and the lower chakras that have to be balanced in order to bring something to life. Okay. Once those are balanced, it becomes so easy to birth without fear, without judgment, and without sacrificing your body. Okay. I want you to start paying attention to your body. It's going to tell you where you need to focus. You notice you're having back problems. We need to examine your security in life, your safety, even your relationship with your ancestors. Oh, it goes deep, honey. It goes deep. Okay. Maybe it's your family that's not believing in you. And so it's stopping your self will and your ability to believe in your own intuition. That's how I read clients. Honey, we go down to it. Or maybe you're having stomach issues or dietary issues. And it's because you're not prepared for this divine idea that you're birthing. Like your body physically is not prepared. You're not eating right. Okay, you're eating things that are making you slow down, that are making you angry or irritable. That could be, um, you could be allergic to these things. Maybe you need to be adding more fruits and vegetables and fresh water so that your body can feel capable to sustain what it is you're doing. My grandmother used to always say, you got to feed your brain. And I think our intuition can struggle when we haven't been drinking water or even eating sometimes. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a faster. I can fast. Sometimes my intuition gets even stronger when I'm fasting. But that's a next level version of spirituality. Okay. For my baby spirituality, for my baby spirituals, I need you to start just creating a healthy routine for your body. Okay. Our body is a temple to spirit. And if spirit can't see, you know, and if spirit can't see your dedication to taking care of your humanness, it's hard to get up to those upper chakra points. Okay. So it's about balance. Taking care of your body takes care of your spirit. Taking care of your spirit takes care of your body. It's all about self love, baby, and self preservation. And you might have to sacrifice some things so that you can show up and take care of yourself. But it's going to sharpen your intuition and make you more aware and less in fear. Okay? Take some notes. Okay, we're talking about chakra healing. We're talking about identifying um, physical symptoms within the body, being able to do body scans. This is things they teach you in therapy, honey. So once you understand characteristics of you when you're anxious and you when you're fearful, and then when you are in your intuitive bag, stop judging yourself. There's going to be days where anxiety is at the door. There's going to be days where fear is waiting for you. There's going to be days where your intuition is spot on. But most importantly, be a friend to yourself. Be kind to yourself and be gentle to your mental. Be soft to your spirit. And don't let anxiety boss you around, honey. Anxiety is an entity. Fear is an entity. And neither one of them are of God. Divine doesn't show up in anxious thoughts. Divine doesn't show up in fearful movements, fearful actions. God wants us to be bold and courageous. So you got to find that version of you and channel that version of you when you're up against fear, when you're up against anxiety. And eventually that courage will lead you to the intuitive version of you. Okay? It's a frequency shift. Class. Now I told you to go download that PDF. Let me go grab it. Okay. So if you're new to the class, last class we talked about the emotional vibrational scale. Take a look, take a look. This is free. You can click the link after the live show airs in the comment section. I'll leave it for you guys again and just download it, baby. Oh, slow. Just stop spying. Just download it. Okay, on here, we have fear and anxiety. That's 100 hertz. Okay, right here. And wisdom and understanding is 400. So we got to jump up like 300 points, darling, just to get to that energy that we need of the third eye chakra. But listen, can't make it up. Root chakra is going to really help us develop safety, trust, and stability, which is what we need to go higher. Okay. And courage happens when we focus on the root and the solar plexus, like I said. So, working our way up, doing the energy work up the root all the way up to the crown will help you to really see the difference between when you're operating out of fear and anxiety. Because I'm telling you, when you don't know, it will cost you. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this wonderful live as we discuss between intuition, anxiety, and fear. If you would like to subscribe, go ahead and click that button and hit that notifications so you're notified when I go live. Join me tomorrow on tomorrow's talk show. Today's show was really phenomenal. I'm really excited just to watch this playback myself. I think intuition and anxiety and fear are something that I've struggled with. I know a lot of people have struggled with this. And when you learn to identify practical ways to recognize your own inner guidance without sacrificing yourself or second guessing yourself. It's powerful. It's transformative. It's healing. Thank you guys so much for joining the live show. Make sure you are subscribed.